Hans is doing a series and I do want to talk about some things. Link will be in the description if you want to hear it for yourself and at the end of my spill. The one truth is Jesus Christ. The truths outside of Jesus Christ is what brings us to Him. If you happen to be at Jesus Christ already, then there's really no need for the journey. You're already at the destination. Some of our journeys are long while others can be short. The first is last and the last is first. I compare this to the parable of the householder which went out early to hire laborers into his vineyard. Matthew chapter 20. Some of us have to labor harder for the truth. We have to learn the world around us and discover smaller truths before we can accept Jesus Christ. It was necessary. If you were accepted by the world, would you really have come to accept Jesus Christ? Hans covered his story on how it started, so I thought I would share mine. I think stories are some of the best things to hear as they can be relatable. We all have our first moments and it's fun to reflect on our lives, on why we are all who we are today. I was just browsing through YouTube and a video on Pizzagate was recommended to me. The title had WikiLeaks in it and it was the time where WikiLeaks was big. It was long but I was curious and bored, so I watched it. This sparked me researching multiple things and I spent most of my time in the background focusing on listening to people. I wanted to confirm my doubts that I always had but was told I was retarded for having them, so I put them in the back of my head. For the next couple of years, I learned how fake everything around me was. Money, politics, churches, people. Flat Earth is what really brought me to Jesus Christ, and I started attending church for the next couple of months to see like-minded people. I was wrong. I used to be the greeter, so I sat in the back and watched everything. My pastor will always preach about tithing and his wife will constantly tell us stories about him speaking tongue in his sleep. The people will put up a show and try to outshine each other. They cried a lot and I felt uncomfortable most of my time there. They spoke on how great they were, but their actions said the exact opposite. Their lives were a mess. They were hypocrites. I was angry with my church and the churches around me. I couldn't find anyone to talk to and pastors on YouTube were sketchy. I was about ready to dismiss Jesus Christ. People at my work say the Lord's name in vain a lot. I was tired of everything at that point and said it a couple of times. The feeling I felt after I said it were distinct from any other. It felt ominous. I stopped saying it after that day. Every time I hear it, I always wonder why. How can you not feel what I felt? I never said his name in vain before, even when I was an atheist, so I couldn't relate it back to my past. I did more research and article after article had a chosen person receiving a revelation and having an amazing journey or breathtaking tale on finding Jesus Christ. I wondered what made them unique and not anyone else. Are we all not his sheep? I read Genesis and I was confused. I couldn't understand it. Revelations and Matthew was the same. Nothing clicked and I felt frustrated. I was never emotional enough to react to how people wanted me to. I was shunned for most of my life as I couldn't really click with anyone either. Not understanding the Bible was the final nail in the coffin. If I can't understand the world nor the Bible, what else do I have? I don't really care about pretty things, as that's all they are. Pretty. Who am I trying to impress? Myself. No one cares about things outside their lives to care anyways. At one point, I'm sure some of you tried asking for help, but I'm sure it was completely against your expectations. Most of them get a kick out of it too. Validates themselves, I suppose. Or maybe less people to compete against. I can relate to it at some level. I'm not a great amazing person, nor do I pretend to. I still don't understand the Bible, but as time passes, I find myself understanding more and more of it. I think the Bible is there for us to understand slowly. I find it fun talking about the Bible with other sheep or hearing their opinions on it. Thinking critically about the Bible and comparing it to our daily lives is what brings us closer to God. I think that's what Jesus Christ wanted in the end. A church for us to fall back on and not an institution of hypocrites. I have some ideas on other videos, but they take a considerable amount of time to research and edit. I don't know how others do it with a job. I want to talk about the Bible more than anything and not things I already know about. There are other people who do a better job than me whom I learned from. I'm just a dude with a laptop. Nothing special. I will make videos every now and then, but not on a schedule. Good videos usually come out of nowhere and not forced. What really pushed me to make this was me talking to some dude who sold me something and I thought he was really honest. My gut was saying he was a good man, and it's usually right. I thought back to Hans saying that we don't need to learn the smaller truth, and here this is. God bless everyone.
Finding Odin, that's not a real thing. And it's because Jesus Christ is the truth. And that's it. It's the big truth. And that's why I want to do these videos, just talking about what matters. Because a lot of us have truth channels or go and spend a lot of time on truth channels trying to find the truth in the news, the media and stuff, but we should all know that's vanity and it doesn't matter. There's one truth. Jesus Christ is the truth. That's the one that matters. And I know that that's the big truth that I was brought to. Sure, flat earth, that's a great truth. Many other great truths, but it doesn't matter. There's people that are going to be saved who never woke up to flat earth. There's going to be people that are saved that don't know about the NWO or all the inverts, and it's because they know the most important truth, Jesus Christ. That's all you need to be saved. So you need to focus on what matters, and that's the end of the video.